gonna stop. To the top, to the top. Ain't never gonna stop. Never gonna keep me down. Still the one that's standing now. Destiny is calling me. Go down in history. Every day I fight to be legendary.
And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Happy Fast Friday for you. We are live from Atlanta Motor Speedway for qualifying for round 2 of the NOFSRL New Era Cup Series. Will set the field for Sunday's Arby's 500. Marius Cal here alongside Napa Fan. And how qualifying is going to work in my series is where we'll do a part-time race of 5 laps in Atlanta today. And then we will set the field for the show. A 10-minute qualifying session, group qualifying, 1 round only. We will set the field. Napa Fan, what are we looking forward to today as we have qualifying leading into this race on Sunday?
Well, we're looking for some pretty fast speeds here at Atlanta, and we're looking at where you start not meaning too much, because here at the Atlanta Motor Speedway, we get a ton of passing on the racetrack. So this qualifying race for the part with only, I believe, is it 7 or 9 guys
drivers
in the field? So, yeah, 9 guys in the field. So it is definitely going to be intense for these guys trying to make it into the show. And it's just basically going to be a crapshoot to the end of this one here for the qualifying race from Atlanta.
So 9 drivers ready to take the field for 5 laps. Only 7 of them get in. Well, some of the drivers we'll have to look out for will include, so we try to get the camera to work, the Gaunt Brother Racing teammates of Ethan Hoffman and Adam Garcia that are lined up in row 4. They did not make the Daytona 500, so they are looking to rebound in points after that tough break. Some other drivers will have to look out for amongst the part-timers. Nathan Orman, who had a great Daytona 500, who starts inside on row number 2. Finished in the 5th position, the best of the part-timers. Did a great job throughout the speed weeks. So we'll have to see how he does as well. Jason Holman in row 2 as well. Was running up towards the front throughout the race. Unfortunately fell back because of lap traffic. Keep in mind, if a wreck does take place, qualifying will end once the leader crosses the line. So then the question is, do you want to hopefully wreck or not wreck if it's a big wreck? You don't want to wreck, obviously. But anyway, Cody Smart, Alex Lander make up the front row, and we are racing to see who will make it in to the field at Atlanta.
Cody Smart's got that inside lane right there, and Nathan Orman really pushing him there, and that outside lane did not work there to the likings of Alex Lander, and he fell way back. But it is the top 7 who make it in, so it's not too drastic for these guys. I know in the Chick-fil-A Cup there's only 2 unsure guys make it in. Here it's 7. You just don't want to be one of the last 2 guys. So basically you do not want to wreck, because if you do, you're probably not going to make it in. But it's only 5 laps. Orman to the lead in number 52.
Here comes Josh Patterson to the inside on Cody Smart for a 2nd spot. Right now the final spot belongs to Alex Lander, so he's gone from the outside on the front row to not having a chance at making it in, because he just got passed by Matt Tuck in the 77.
Yeah, he might have an issue in the number 66, starting on the outside pole for this thing and fell all the way to the back in just 2 laps. But like I said, this thing's going to be crazy. They're going to be passing like this in the race tomorrow, and it's just going to be intense every single lap here from Atlanta.
3 laps to go here. Let's see how the battle's going up front. Eric Monaco's taking the lead. Now here comes Adam Garcia to the inside. He's got to help from Matt Tuck off of turn 2. And looks like Tuck's going to try and make it 3 wide down the backstretch. Yeah, Lander has a very big problem right now, and right now this pace is not looking good to make it in. He's going to have to hope for a wreck to take place.
Yeah, that's a tough break for Alex Lander in the number 66. 2 laps to go for
Garcia.
Of Adam Garcia. 97 moving his way back on the inside. Cody Smart. And Cody Smart's going to be in the IndyCar race at Road America, the Haas IndyCar Series later today, and he's starting up front for that one. So watch out for Cody Smart in today's race later on. Let's see if he can make it into this one.
Josh Patterson holds the last transfer spot. Now it belongs to Ethan Hoffman. Hoffman does not want to miss 2 races in a row. Monaco right now just out as we enter the white flag here 1 lap to go. It's going to be a battle between Garcia and Smart. And Smart's going to make a run into turn 1. And look at this. Monaco is trying to get by Tuck in the 77. Who saw that coming?
Now about the 00 there.
And look at Tuck.
Now Tuck's got it on the 62. That's not good for Jason Holman.
Matt Tuck versus Jason Holman, who makes it into the Arby's 500 on Sunday. Here they come to the line. Give it to Matt Tuck. Jason Holman just misses out.
It's a tough break for Jason Holman there. I think he mentioned that he didn't make the Daytona 500.
He was in the Daytona 500.
Okay.
But Hoffman and Garcia
That was
did not
Hoffman,
make it.
it wasn't. Not Holman. They're very similar names.
Yeah. Cody Smart,
hey,
though.
guess who won? Cody Smart in the 97.
He
Might
wins
be a good omen for him in Road America later today.
He wins the last chance qualifier. Yeah, won't say that. Why not?
Yeah, it is a last
Yeah.
chance qualifier race. That's what it is.
Holman and Leonard do not make it out. Everyone else will be qualifying for the spot at the pole in Sunday's Arby's 5. And we are ready to go to set the field for the Arby's 500 on Sunday in Atlanta. A 10-minute group qualifying session. So, Napa fan, here's my question. I think there's a one-sided answer here, but do you want to be in the draft or do you not want to be in the draft?
I think you want to be in the draft here at Atlanta, but on the flip side, it doesn't really matter too much where you start for this race. But if you want that pole position, you got to be behind somebody. They're pretty much running wide open here at Atlanta. One of the fastest mile-and-a-half racetracks we go to on the circuit. So you got to have somebody behind you if you're going to have a good run here in qualifying.
We could perhaps see it with these two drivers right here. We got Keyshawn Richardson and Trey Wright. Richardson in the 40 got caught up in that accident in the big one. Well, I shouldn't really say the big one. I should say the medium one in the lap 5 lone caution of the Daytona 500. Did not make it inside the top 28 at all. And behind him, we had Trey Wright in the 34. Finished 9th in the 500, so a great debut for Trey. And also thank you once again for making the thumbnails this season. And behind
trying to see who gets it here with all these guys coming out here. It doesn't really start forming up until about 3 minutes in. So these guys who are out right now, I mean, you might not be one of the first guys out because, like you see the 40 machine there, Keyshawn Richardson, he does not have anybody drafting with him. So he's probably not going to get a time at least to start off. But I'd venture to say we're going to probably see the fastest time about 5 minutes or 6 minutes in the session. That's usually the fastest time, but you got to think, too, this place really eats up the tires. A very worn racetrack here at Atlanta.
Yes.
So you got to watch out for these guys slowing down as the session rolls on.
Yeah, the grip level here in lieu of Sunday's, in advance of Sunday's race, is at a level 1. Richardson taking his time across the line. To the top he goes, the 27.897, but expect that time to greatly decrease. Here's the 42, Nathan Stapleton, an outstanding Daytona 500 performance from him. Finished in the runner-up spot, led a few laps in the race. How do you think he's going to do at Atlanta this weekend?
Well, this is Stapleton's favorite racetrack. This is the site of his first career Napa fan win back in 2015 when he won the Turkey Hill Series championship that year. He loves this place, let me tell you that. So he's going to be a threat to win some on Sunday. So we'll have to see what he does in that 42. But after what he did in Daytona, I think he's going to have a really good chance at winning the race here for race 2 of the season.
Top of the charts now. Let's go to him. We got Luke Rainey in the 22, and we see some drivers starting to form a draft. Expect the lap times to definitely go down here big time. And now Josh Patterson, the part-timer, in with that 27-11, and he's working with that 48 car of Jaden Scott, who's just 3/1000 of a second off of the pace.
Yeah, Patterson has a slight draft of the cars ahead of him, and he might pull up to those guys here on this lap, so he's going to become even faster. But how about Rainey? Rainey looks to be pretty fast right there.
Oh, Patterson answers back.
Yeah, just as I said, he had the draft on the cars ahead of him there, and that's why he's the fastest guy right now in this session.
26.988, that puts Rainey in that 22 car if we can find it. We see a lot of single-file racing. You saw Rainey get that good toe, though, off of Steve Morgan. Let's see if this time improves for Rainey. It does, but not fast enough. And the 11 car to the top of the charts. That is Joey Hightower. But Patterson goes back up top.
Patterson's going to win this pole. The way it's going, he keeps on getting faster.
Matthew Brown now to the top, 26.849. He has help with teammate Jesse Turner in that 17. Matthew Brown, who finished third in the 500 2 weeks ago, led some laps after pit stops, but just got caught, but was too far ahead. The draft caught up to him and lost it.
Yeah, how about Matthew Brown there at the fastest time? And like you said, he's got his teammate Jesse Turner right behind him. I can see Turner do good in one of these races. Last time I've seen him win a race anywhere was Chick-fil-A Cup Series at Bristol last year. Now, he probably won some races in the NOFSRL Duracell Cup Series because he was pretty good over there. But I like to see this guy win a race. I haven't called a race win for him in a while.
Finished 23rd in the Finished 23rd in the 500 2 weeks ago. He did get caught up in that wreck. He actually did try to help teammate Brown to get to that win, but unfortunately just couldn't cut it good enough. How about Ethan Hoffman, that 81 car, up to third, 26.893. Let's see if we can find him. Oh, there he is. He got a good toe off of Colin Denton, who actually won this exact same race last season. Denton currently standing 6th quickest. Now 4th quickest at 26.885. Hoffman just jumped to 2nd, 26.862.
Yeah, Ethan Hoffman looking pretty fast in the number 81 machine, and he had a really good toe on Colin Denton there. Denton's now 4th, and the 20 machine, Mitchell Collins, rounding out the top 5. Collins had a great weekend last weekend. He won the stock late model feature of the James Dean Wickard Shootout. So he's riding high in the number 20 machine coming into this weekend.
Let's find that 20 car of Collins and see where he is at on the track at the moment. There he is. He's working with this pack of 5 here. He's working with fellow Toyota Adam Garcia. He's got Carter Friesen, Benny Watson, Nathan Stapleton as well up here. And it looks like Collins is going to back out for right now. The part-timers are... go ahead.
We're hitting a point here where I think these times are going to start falling off, and I'm pretty sure they're going to stand the way they're currently running. Things can change, but it's looking pretty good for Matthew Brown, the number 6. That was a really fast time, and I don't know if anyone's going to be able to beat it with how worn the tires are at this point, because it only takes a couple laps here to land for those tires to get eaten up, and I just don't see these guys going as fast as they were earlier on in the session.
Let's see what else we got up here. The part-timers, I should say, I was about to talk about this, are doing a very good job so far. A few of them up in the top 10. You had Ethan Hoffman up there, Josh Patterson, and Eric Monaco are rocking that top 10 as well, as you see Benny Watson come down pit road. And look at this group they're going to catch up to. Trey Wright and Marty Johnson. This is going to be interesting. Yeah, it's having some technical difficulties there for a moment. I feel like this 6-car pack may be the biggest pack we've seen so far today. But I feel like it may be because Marty Johnson, that 12-car, he is pretty slow right now. If we try and see where he's at the moment, currently 25th quickest, so he's going to let these drivers go by him.
Yeah, Marty Johnson a little bit slow there. I think he was coming off the racetrack there or something. He got shuffled out of line, too, so he got shuffled out of line 3 wide on the outside. That put him at the end of the field, but I don't necessarily think that a big pack is what gets you fast. It's being a good distance behind somebody and closing up to them, and that's what Josh Patterson, that's what Matthew Brown did to get their fast times. That's the way you get the fastest time here in qualifying in Atlanta.
Let's go over to the 1 car of Justin Zidell. Let's try and locate him. By the way, if we do not get to your favorite driver, we apologize. We try and get through all of them as much as possible. There is Zidell, currently 9th quickest with a 26.942. Justin last season, of the 2 races he won, both of them came at 1.5 mile tracks, and that was Charlotte and Texas. Had the best car definitely all day. In fact, taking a look, he actually has the 3rd most wins on 1.5 mile tracks of all active drivers. We'll talk about that on Sunday as well. And you know what we'll talk about right now? The drivers with the most, Colin Denton and Johnny Garner. They each have 3 apiece, and they are some of the winningest drivers in the New Era Cup Series. So Colin Denton and Johnny Garner, they could be potential favorites to win this race on Sunday.
Yeah, definitely. We'll have to see what happens with those guys. Of course, Denton with a really fast time in 4th. And Johnny, I don't know where he is right now, but with how this race goes, it's not going to matter too much where you start. It just matters on how well you get to that inside lane and move your way through the field.
We've got an 8-car pack now, the biggest. I'm surprised these drivers have not wrecked yet. And they're going to get to CJ Williams. But look at Williams. He is a very good sport there. Said, you know what? I don't want to give these guys some backup cards.
Yeah, that was a smart move there by driver number 43 to avoid any major accident in qualifying.
Johnny Garner has improved up to 31st, had a good toe off of Luke Rainey. And Adam Garcia, meanwhile, has gone to the top of the charts. When did this happen? Just now, 26.837.
Yeah, he must have gotten a toe on somebody, and he must have just come out on the racetrack as well, because that was really fast, and you can't get that with worn tires. But how about that? Out of Adam Garcia, he might be leading the field of the green flag on Sunday.
Finished second in the part-timed race. Did not make the field in the Daytona 500. And he says, you know what? Who cares? I didn't make the show. I'm going to get the pole for the Daytona 500. But we'll have to see. We'll wait until this session ends. Usually.
500.
Yeah, thank you. Usually we would go one more lap. But because it's NR2003, you never know what could happen. We're going to keep this on going until practice ends. And right now, Adam Garcia has the provisional pole for right now, but we'll have to see if anyone else gets to the line fastest. And it doesn't look to be that way.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really think anyone's going to beat the time at this point. I was actually very surprised to see Adam Garcia get it that late in the session.
Yeah, same
it doesn't
here.
usually happen, but yeah, I think it's pretty safe to say that Adam Garcia is going to win the pole for the Arby's 500.
10 seconds to go in qualifying. And 5 seconds, and it looks like Adam Garcia will get the pole for the Arby's 500 on Sunday, and he will.
He's got it.
Drivers, to your cars.
Don't listen to that. So there are the results from qualifying. Adam Garcia on the pole. Matthew Brown will start second. Hoffman third, Patterson fourth, Mendez fifth, Scott sixth, Knight seventh, Denton eighth, Yepes ninth, and Collins is 10th. Let's show you the rest of the drivers that are in the starting position. I don't know what happened with CJ Williams in the 43. I guess he had so many problems that just prevented him from coming onto the racetrack, was just stuck on the apron the entire day.
Yeah, that was definitely an issue on the number 43, but he did officially clock into time. He'll be starting 42nd. But like I mentioned, it doesn't really matter too much where you start because it's just such a crazy racetrack. These guys pass so frequently that they shouldn't have any problem moving their way from the back to the front. So I wouldn't be surprised to see CJ Williams running up front tomorrow or Sunday in the Arby's 500.
Yeah, definitely. So we'll see you all on Sunday. For Napa Fan, I am Arby Sakal. You've been watching qualifying for the Arby's 500 in the New Era Cup Series. See you guys on Sunday. Until then.